becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus.
No, the other one over here, if I minimize this screen, I gotta move because I got the camera right there. This one is a Berserk themed one.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I got both animated ones. Kara's got the same wallpaper engine. You can just get it on Steam, but it does require like a decent graphics card.
Oh, okay.
So I know you don't really listen. We're rolling, by the way,
okay.
Because that's just I think it's fun
to
do a cold open. Piss off. But there's cats just everywhere now.
Hi, Otis.
Well, they get fed at 7, so they got about 30 minutes. So I think Kara will do it since I'm doing this.
Fair enough.
But he's fine.
Alrighty then.
You don't really listen to podcasts that often, do you?
I listen to some.
Yeah. Do you know what Are You Garbage is?
I don't think I've heard that.
Because I was thinking today, I was like, what's the first thing we talk about? Because it's been 6 months since our last episode upload.
Yep. Decent hiatus.
Yeah, which is funny because like this podcast might as well just be called the Hiatus Podcast.
Because,
after like before the name change, we did 2 hiatuses just because one because of family problems on your end, and then one because I got deployed, and then I came back and we did a little bit more, and then we just stopped because I got busy with school and shit.
Plus, not only that, we've had a couple family deaths in that time period. And,
yeah, well, I was, and then like we changed the name and everything, and then I bought the house and all this, and now I've got that fucking shadow gremlin over there, chewing on a bone. I'm not talking about the cat. I'm talking about this beautiful puppy.
Hi, baby. You're gonna get yourself stuck.
Yeah, she likes to do that. Hey, go over there. Get you a treat. Over there. It's on your bed. But so there's a podcast called the Are You Garbage Podcast, and they do an intro. And I was thinking like it'd be funny because their intro's like pretty radio-esque, and you've listened to a lot of radio shows because before podcasts,
of course,
and that's all we had.
We used to listen to. I don't want your neck in her, honey. And Kid Chris, was like a big one that we listened to. Especially like when we worked in the garage, because he was funnier than shit to listen to. But
yeah, so I was thinking like because their intro, and I technically have family with radio background because my mom did WYSO and she still does occasionally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She used to do the blues for WYSO. Your grandpa and your dad have definitely listened to my mom's station on WYSO.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's
over.
The case.
It was. I was a child. I was like 12, I think, like drawing in the fucking studio, and she would work sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But so it's pretty radio-esque, and so for us it'd be something like. Hey gang, welcome to the HoodRat and the Hooligan podcast, coming at you from the shittiest state in the union, but somehow the 11th economy in the world. It is Ohio, coming at you from Dayton, Ohio. Formerly number 11 for homicides in the world. Number 1 for heroin. Let's go, baby. We're up there now with pills, Oxycontin. It's getting bad. Fentanyl's killing them. My co-host is coming at you from he grew up in Dayton, similar to me. His name is Jason Daugherty. How you doing, man?
No, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, hanging in there, yes. As products of the working class of America, not middle class, folks, not poor, working class. Right in the border. Everyone hates us. We're always sore. We're always cold. I'm not going to do that every time. That's actually very energetic.
Well, you know what, though? That's why, like, the one talk show that I do listen to, even on the regular now, even though Art Bell is gone, and that's Coast to Coast AM, because, it's got all the different conspiracy theories and UFOs, but Art Bell was a masterpiece.
It's fucking conspiracy fact nowadays.
Yeah.
The Epstein files. I'm waiting to see the Epstein trials, man. Folks.
Just in the past 6 months since we've done this, and the fact that just this last week alone of the shit coming out.
I love it. I don't care what's AI. I think it's all true in my book. They're eating babies, and they are having their way with small children. I saw pictures of certain prime ministers that were made fun of in a recent Superman movie.
Man, it just pulling up some videos. I mean, because there's some people on here that that's all they do all day is they'll go through the files.
Oh yeah, like I mean, Asmongold, apparently the world's biggest Twitch streamer, who I haven't heard of until like 6 months ago.
Who, Asmongold?
Yeah, I mean, I caught a couple of his clips, but
I know him.
He looks too much like an evil hippie for me to watch him.
But I know him because of the amount of people that dogged him because of how the inside of his house looked when it was.
Yeah, so I
recorded.
did. That's actually what I wanted to. If we talked about him at all, I wanted to be like, I saw what his room looked like, the before and after, and I was like, I knew people that lived like this for years.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I'm not talking about your family. I knew people in high school that lived like that. And
I did too. And it's terrible.
It's disturbing. I can't do that. Like, I mean, Kara jumps on me because I clean the house too much. Because when I come, I mean, it's kind of drilled in me. Not even from the army. It's from my mom.
It's like I've made the comment before, and I've told people, if the inside of your house is dirty, there is a difference between being dirty and being cluttered. There is a big difference.
Your house, a house should look lived in. It shouldn't look like it's ready for a fucking a realtor to walk a family through. It should look like people live there. But it shouldn't be dirty. And I know, I have a lot of pets. I got 4 fucking cats. I got this big ass dog.
Nobody.
I clean the floors pretty much twice daily. Just because, hey, come get your bone, dumbass. Just because her going in and out right now with the weather, especially. There's a giant, dude. I have Lake Huron in my backyard right now, right outside the door. I actually let her out the window.
Wow. And Pepper's the same way. I've got tracks going all through the carpet coming up on top of the porch. And then just because I've got a 10 by 10 square shoveled out because, the dog is a pavement princess and, doesn't want to step in snow to go to the bathroom. So I have to shovel a 10 by 10 square out in the yard.
So I did that for her after Kara nagged me for not doing it originally because she's actually like a snow dog. She's mostly Newfoundland. Mm-hmm. So that's like she's a water dog, snow dog thing. Mm-hmm. So she just goes out there and she pees. I know her current haircut makes her look super poodly.
I like it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's a good. It'll be good in the summer. I'll probably keep it this length in the summer. But she should have had her long coat for this fucking freeze we had, because she would just go out there and she just pees right on top of the foot deep snow. She barely squats. She doesn't care. And then I cleared out a huge space for her, right outside the area. She just every day she runs outside that area to go pee or shit or whatever. She just doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, that's the problem I've had is the 10 by 10 square, even though it's grass, it's all also wet because of everything. Yeah. So, you got a little Bichon poodle tracking everything in every time you bring him in.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically walking on peg legs, so it's just going straight to the bottom of the carpet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, I know the vet said he's allegedly of weight, but he looks like Low Belly from the Gumby cartoon. It's actually getting crazy.
And I mean, again,
he's gonna need training wheels soon.
Yeah, I agree, and and that's what I thought it was loud. He's within that weight restriction. They said he's healthy, and I was like, oh wow, I would have thought the opposite. And they're like, it probably wouldn't hurt him to lose a couple pounds, is what they said, but it was also not gonna hurt him to stay where he is.
Yeah, my in-laws' dog is a tiny little schnauzer, and I mean it weighs nothing at all. So it jumps all over us, and nobody really cares because you can't feel it when it jumps against you and tries to tackle you.
Yeah.
So we went over there for Christmas, and I was playing with the dog, and I'm used to playing with. She was at the time 30 pounds. So I was used to getting hit with a 30-pound medicine ball basically. Because she's so excited all the time.
She's just a little wrecking ball, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, and she's almost 7 months old now, so she's getting there.
You such a good baby.
Yeah. She's gonna get spayed as soon as she goes through her first heat.
Yeah, and once she gets that, she'll calm down a lot, though.
Oh yeah, she will.
But it's like Pepper. I mean, look at Pepper though. He is. You're gonna get caught, honey. But he's he's got so much energy. And being as old as he is,
with this edible pet peanut butter stuff. Yeah. It's for that Kong toy. I bought them at the same time. I don't give it to her a lot, so it's more like a special treat for her, but she's just too excited.
Well, Pepper, as old as he is, he's got a hell of a lot of energy still.
Oh yeah.
And,
no, he freaked. I mean, when I was over there, he was trying to play with me the whole time.
Oh yeah, the whole time. He's a great little dog. Irritates the shit out of me, but he's a great little dog.
He's roughly the same size as pretty much all the dogs that are in her puppy class right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Australian Shepherd that is not friendly at all. It wears a muzzle, which is pretty funny.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. There's a little tiny it's like a Chihuahua pug looking thing. It's got really long legs, but it's tiny and it's got like a pug face. Named Freya that absolutely loves me and Samara.
Yeah.
It's really funny because her old ass owner is always like, "Get away from my dog."
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm in there and I look like a hooligan. I have hand tattoos. I'm swearing. I'm talking loud.
The way you make that sound it sounds like the type of person that you see on that video on Instagram where it's like, I'm gonna call the cops because my cat's over in your yard.
I mean, kind of. That was the vibe
just
I
tell
got.
the cat to go home.
On the first day of the intermediate class, because there's 5 dogs in that class, including the trainer dog, besides Samara, and the trainer dog doesn't like Sammy at all. It's like a little corgi pit bull mix.
Yeah,
I
remember you saying that.
Dude, it's a
which
corgi.
is so hard to realize.
Dude, it's a cinder block pit bull head on a corgi body.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. I'll try to get a picture of him when I go tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he fucking hates Samara because Samara doesn't have any personal space boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really just this tiny little thing that likes her because the other one is like it's like a fluffier Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is a fucking piece of shit that doesn't listen to its owners. But on the first day of this class, all the other people showed up with their dogs, as couples.
Oh.
And they were old as shit, except for the lady with the Australian Shepherd. She's probably a little younger than me with this bad dog that was clearly a relative that she got the dog from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a bad dog. It's not friendly.
It's a shame because the owners are the ones to blame for that.
I mean, typically, yeah. It's not the new owner's fault, but she's trying to desensitize it.
Well, yeah.
But and then there's Sammy, who's the youngest in the class, and so she's also the most excited.
You're just the biggest baby, aren't you?
And she's the biggest in the class by 20 pounds.
Yeah, she's not even done growing yet.
Oh no, she'll be probably 90 pounds when she's full grown.
It's like
I joke that she's gonna weigh as much as Kara.
Like Vash and Nimbus, and we both got them, around the time of our last episode that we did, and
yeah,
that's
another thing. Is as around the time we did the last episode, it's we had the death of our uncle and we had the funeral.
Yeah,
and then we both got pets, and then you had to move back in with your dad, and that was the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate with the family. It's we've lost 2 family members, in a matter of 2.5 months. Yeah. And then, on top of that, I think as situations have gotten worse, due to health concerns.
Yeah.
And then,
but I mean, that's also just kind of the reality of having a larger family that's mostly older.
True.
For me, the only people that I'm worried about dying in my direct family is going to be my mom, and hopefully I got a minute because my mom was young when she had me.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's I'm tired of bearing family members.
Yeah, I mean, since for the last decade, I think it's 6.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 6. And I hate to say it, but if we're going to go off age-wise and everything like that, Grandpa will probably be the next one, unfortunately, and I hope that isn't the case at all, because I would love to see him stick around a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, but also, I mean, at the same, on the flip side of that, he's outlasted a lot of fucking people.
87 years old, and
somehow still kicking around.
Yep, and then on top of that, but I can tell, just within the past year, just health, declined.
Yeah, I mean, he's got rapidly, a lot of that's emotional as well.
Yeah, it didn't really help that when Uncle Raymond passed that, it took its toll on Grandpa, and it is still taking a toll on him. I don't think he'll ever, I think it's still hard for him to accept it, and I really do think that, until the day he dies, it's going to affect him probably more than anything else that's happened.
Oh yeah,
Which,
that's just to be expected and normal. I mean, that's the problem is that he's just so old and set in his ways that he can't acknowledge anything that's really bothering him until it's hurting him to a point that he has to.
Parents shouldn't have to bury their children.
Never.
And I think that's the issue, and the amount of preparation that all of us had to know that Uncle Raymond his time was coming. You can have all the time in the world, and it still isn't enough to prepare.
It's not enough. No, yeah. And and we're kind of in that boat with Kara and I because we've been planning this wedding that I started planning in secret to surprise her, which is pretty fun. I surprised her on our dating anniversary, which was January 13th, which is also my younger brother's birthday. It's pretty funny.
Oh, 10 days before my birthday, too.
Yeah.
So.
Iconic. Iconic date. It's also pretty close to the time that I went to the military.
That too.
Which, actually, no, because it's the time that I left the military. Because I left 3 days after my 20th birthday.
Yeah, because you tried to come in, like, shortly before my birthday to kind of make it a birthday surprise, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I do remember that pretty fondly.
Yeah, but but so we've been planning this wedding and stuff, and like we've got it mostly planned out for the most part, like invitations and sent out. The venue's all good. I spoke to a photographer who Kara and I are gonna fill out the questionnaire for it later. So, but I gave her the rundown. I was like, I just want her there all fucking day to take pictures, and then I was like, just take pictures of the bride and groom party and the little cocktail hour while they're swapping the fucking venue, but. So we've been doing that. That's just another thing I've been dealing with on top of training a puppy and just working my dick off in this terrible weather.
Well, that's why I'm happy that when my cousin responded to me and was like, I don't think it's a good idea that you recommend, like, what we went through. Because as soon as he told me all the stuff that he had to deal with, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that. And I was like, thank you for letting me know, because it seems like every time I try to help, it comes back and bites me in the ass somehow.
Yeah, so it was a really shitty process for me to start by myself because I'm not really a planned parties type of guy in the first place. I'm more of a let's see how it goes type of person. But so I had like all of my initial options were pretty unfortunate because like the catering service I picked originally, the restaurant's closed. They will open eventually, but they probably won't open until like summer or fall.
Oh, you're talking about Tony's.
Tony's, yeah, Tony's in Inglewood. They should open soon, hopefully. And then I finally I had to bring in.
Otis?
Fucking cat. I can splice them together. The fucking cat stopped the recording. That's
okay.
But yeah, I had to. I brought Kara's mom in and let her know that I was like, hey, I'm secretly planning a wedding. And then all of my venue ideas got shot down by her, which was pretty funny. But one of the main reasons that we're planning it this year instead of planning it for next year is because Kara's aunt has cancer.
Oh, yeah. I do remember you mentioning that. And, I can understand that.
Try to grab her toy. Hey.
Well, and plus, not only that, like, you mentioned the bicentennial barn. Didn't you say it was like $10,000 to rent, I think?
It was $6,000 a day.
Oh, shit. I saw it something to my cousin.
$6,000 a day for a 200-year-old barn.
Yeah, well, I mentioned something to my cousin when that whole conversation came up when I talked to him about his venue, what they went through. And I was like, yeah, Logan said something. I was like, $10,000. Rent that. He's like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
It would. So if we had gone that route, we would have had to rent it for like a day and a half. So it would have been like $10,000.
That's fucking nuts.
I mean, it's a pretty venue, but it's just not in my. I was just like, no. I mean, I'm not paying for it because I mean, if I was paying for it, it wouldn't be happening because I'm broke.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole reason I want this to be like a regular thing. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't need it to take off, but I mean, it'd be sick. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be sick if it would take off. But ideally, I just want this to be kind of an outlet for me struggling against the universal rule that is capitalism.
It's definitely feasible, and I say that because
Well, I know it's feasible.
Look at-
I wouldn't have pitched it if it wasn't feasible.
Well, I say that because, look at Steven. By the way, go check out Lost Paladin Plays.
He's at like, what, 4,000, 5,000?
Something about that. But I think he said 1 month, and this was like on one of the best ones he had. I think he said he made like $600 or $700. Just from streaming and the revenue and all that. And I was very shocked. And he's like, started with nothing. All he did was like the basic equipment, and that's it. And
And that's all I have is basic equipment. But and there currently is so there's a problem with YouTube is that like when you reach a certain threshold of views, if you're like 100% like a free speech podcast, you start getting like strikes and demonetization and all that. So like I don't plan on monetizing the podcast on YouTube through any means. And like if we got, sponsorships would be like a cool thing down the road, but like it's one of those things where I'm going to be really picky because I don't like the idea of like tying anything I do creatively to something that's just like exploiting people or like, because
I was going to say, because you know what also exploits people? Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Like,
obviously, but I just don't like if you tie yourself to like any type of like brand at all because. And you bank your living on that. That's what I want to avoid. I would much
you
rather.
don't want it to be a sellout, basically.
I will do my best not to sell out. It's one of the reasons why I don't like military contract privately.
Okay.
I'd much rather homestead here on my own through hard work, with the schooling that like I fucking worked for. And like, don't get me wrong, like there are days where I'm welding where I'm just like I would much rather be sitting on my dick right now, just like painting my car or like trying to get the backyard ready to pour concrete.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's just like, this is the world we live in. And I have to exist in this way to where I balance it between I'm slaving at work, getting yelled at by 80-year-old men that should be dead.
Hi, baby.
All because I don't know how to drive a forklift and they're making me drive a forklift. Which is pretty funny because like I watched one of the old guys destroy like an $800 sheet of aluminum with a forklift, and then like a week later we got a brand new one, and he was like, "You pick it up," and I was like, "All right, cool, I'll fucking destroy this. I don't give a shit." I didn't. That's not the point though. But the point is that he fucked it up, and then a week later he's like, "I ain't touching that shit. Let the new guy fucking break it."
You gotta love the old heads. Doesn't matter what job you work at, you're gonna run into them.
Oh yeah, the guy that does all of our CAD, like our blueprint designs, like if you bring him something, he'll come out and he'll measure it with a tape measure, and he'll go into his little office, and he'll come out with a blueprint for it. That's pretty fucking close for the most part, because he's been doing it a long time. He's been doing it since hand-drawn blueprints.
We had people like that when I was at IEX.
But this dude's smoking Kentucky Best.
No shit.
Dude, like the $2 pack of cigarettes.
Man, it was bad enough to switch to like a $5 pack of cigarettes. Like,
and I asked him about it.
Let him to go to something like Kentucky's Best. Like, oh.
I asked him about it. He said, "Well, we just drive across the border probably once a month and go pick them up and get like 10 cartons. Me and my wife both crush them, and they're cheaper than anywhere else." And I was like, "God damn, dude!"
Like, if you're gonna put that much effort,
and he crushes them.
How much is he smoking a day?
Big dog. I'm talking probably 2 packs. And he wastes half a cigarette just creating a fucking aura around himself while he talks. And he's just got he's got the longest ash possible on this $2 this like cigarette that's probably the cleanest cigarette on the planet. It's probably 100% tobacco and cotton.
Well, you know what? I've seen tons of people do that, especially people I've worked with. But, I have a bad habit of doing that from time to time.
When I was overseas, there were times where, like, especially when I was in the Middle East and I got those flavored cigarettes that fucking awesome. Bang.
I found out I can order those.
Yeah, of course you can.
But,
you can go to any Honda shop and probably get them.
Yeah, they're pricey. But it's like, the only reason we don't have them here is because, oh my God, you have to think about the children. It's always about the children.
Yeah, so actually in America, this is actually the only place that produces cigarettes that doesn't have that little child warning on it.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else. So when I went to Europe, every cigarette you bought there, had that little fucking kid with like the fucked up teeth or like the fucked up lung X-ray. And then in the Middle East, it's the same thing. In the Middle East, they actually have big posters of it, but they don't have it at the hookah bars.
Interesting.
I didn't see any anti-smoking paraphernalia or ads at the hookah bars when I was there.
Speaking of which,
and hookah rocks. Genuinely, hookah rocks. I fuck with hookah.
Since you brought up a hookah, actually, Dad brought that up, a couple days ago? And he was like, what about a hookah? I think he's seen somebody getting rid of one for, cheap. And I was like, dude, we're not going to go down that route. Like, you got everything you need.
He doesn't know anything about hash. He would, I mean, he should just go to a hookah bar. There's like a dozen of them in Dayton.
And that's what my recommendation was.
Just go to a hookah bar, try a flavor you like, and then talk to them about it. And, dude, they will talk your fucking ear off. Especially if it's one of the older dudes. They will talk your fucking ear off about hookah all day.
Well, I got them set up.
And, I've tried some really good flavored hookah in the Middle East. The shit kind of bangs. I can understand just sitting in a tent all day getting fucked up on hookah.
Yeah, but, let's see. I've already got the stuff from the medical dispensary from him. I've got them from the out-of-state dispensary, local smoke shops, all that. He's tried regular flower. He's tried the vapes. He's tried the, now dabs. And the dabs are, don't even really phase him, dude. He's tried edibles. And what works for him more than anything is the, just the regular flower and with a good bong.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I think it works for me the best way. Because I've done, pretty much every way to try weed. I like the weed seltzers. They're cool. I think it's a fun alternative to alcohol. Mm-hmm. But the, just good old flower, man. Good old flower is all you need. And people are like, oh, well, it's bad for your lungs. I mean, we live in America. Everything kills you. I mean, I was in the military for 6 years, and I spent the first, year of my military career using a lubricant called GLP. Mm-hmm. That's known to cause skin cancer, and it says doesn't say it on the bottle if you buy it in bulk. It says it on the box.
Well, it's like the oil that we had at work. Right on the bulk boxes, it's got a warning that says prolonged exposure will could cause cancer. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, with the amount of chemicals that we've been exposed to working on cars these years, by the time I hit 50, I'm like, I expected to be there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's everything in America gives you cancer. I mean, if you fucking eat a bag of popcorn every day for 10 years, you'll end up with some weird cancer. It's just what it is. And it won't even be from the popcorn. It'll be from the wax in the bag or something. Who knows? Who knows?
I'm really...
They put fluoride in the water.
Hell, I'm expecting to go to the doctor within the next few years and that doctor to be like, well... Got bad news. You got cirrhosis of the liver from alcohol. Because I was an alcoholic. I'm even though that the last scan and everything I had done a couple years ago, which is when I conveniently it was actually when I stopped drinking. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh no, you're good. You're healthy. Your liver's in good shape." And I'm like, I don't know how to fuck a manage that one.
I don't know, man. Alcohol is one of those things where, once the body gets used to filtering it out, I think it'll help because there are some people that crush alcohol for literally 80 years of their life.
Yep. And
get down. Get down.
Still, I'm a firm believer of, go on, baby.
Come here.
But, to this day, I still feel really good about, when I stopped drinking. And I feel a lot better.
I mean, I didn't drink nearly as much as you did, but even before the military, you saw, I just stopped a lot because I was just one, it was just a huge waste of money. And two, it was just I mean, it's kind of fun, but like I can have the same shits and giggles fits without the alcohol.
Well,
and I don't fall as much.
I learned the hard way that even when I was drinking, it may have helped for the time, like at the time of when I did it.
Yeah.
But every day when I woke up, I still had to deal with the same problems. I still had to go to the same shit job. It didn't fix anything.
Oh, no. It just made you feel good for an hour before you passed out.
Yep. Because that's pretty much what I did was I drank until I passed out. And every night. And there's no way to live like that, man.
No. I mean, I was right there with you for a lot of it. And I was just like, kind of like, not necessarily a fly on the wall. Because, like, as it got worse, I was like, hey, man, you sure? Because, like, you encouraged me to be like, come on, let's do another shot. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to play fucking games.
Yeah.
I can't play if I keep drinking. And you're like, but more drinks. And I'd be like, but we're trying to beat Sword Art Online.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing that I'm happy about. And, you know, I can't remember who had actually asked me recently. They were like, hey, do you want to go out and have a drink? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
You hit my phone.
Actually, I'll give you a good example. And about 6 or 7 months ago, I had such a shitty day at work that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home and have a drink. I poured a glass. I took one sip of it, and I poured it out. It's just
not good.
And it didn't even taste good to me.
Yeah,
and I just poured it out.
Other than like a seltzer or something, I'm not really a big fan of alcohol. Even when I was going to school and I worked at that bar, like I would get free shots instead of like tip money sometimes because the bartenders wouldn't make a lot of tips. And instead of being like, I'm not going to accept the tip or the free shot, I just would be like, just give me the cheapest, shittiest like vodka. I would get Tito's.
Yeah.
Like, give me Tito's straight. And they would always be like, why? And I'm like, because I would much rather a $5 bill.
Yeah.
But instead, you're going to give me a cold shot of what I'm going to pretend is water. And it's going to keep me awake for the rest of the shift.
Well, I've also noticed, like, when I've seen, like, family members and friends, like, that do constantly drink on a daily basis. And then I see how they act and everything else. And I'm like, fuck, that was me. Like, and that's not okay.
And it's just
it's not okay.
In terms of like health, like your body is able to like react a lot better to like sickness and stuff when you're not an alcoholic.
Oh yeah,
because you're not constantly in recovery from poisoning yourself.
Well, it was the whole point of like I felt better overall.
Yeah,
like overall, like there's nothing worse than waking up the next day knowing that you got to go to work and you got the whiskey shits.
Oh yeah,
and like.
That was one of the big reasons I rarely drank in the military unless it was like specifically on like a weekend or like a 4-day experience because there was a few times like in Europe where like I would sneak out and buy alcohol for the platoon and then like the next morning it would be like surprise 6-mile run because somebody
I remember you telling me that you'd have to go through that
because somebody snitched and was like, we got drunk last night, First Sergeant, I'm sorry. Please don't punish us. And we all have to run like 8 miles.
Oh shit!
Fucking gay. Just don't be a pussy.
I couldn't imagine.
One of my buddies got like abandoned, which is probably the worst thing to happen to you in a foreign country. He got abandoned by like the rest of the dudes from my platoon that snuck out with him, which was like 3 other dudes.
Oh Lord!
And he got abandoned because he was just at the strip club / whorehouse that they went to in Krakow, I believe. He was just there like getting laid, and they were like, hey, we have to leave, and then he was like, I'm getting pussy, just like wait for me, and they're like, we're leaving.
Getting abandoned in Europe, like you don't know anybody, you don't know where you're at.
I know a dude that probably only recently got out of jail for partying so hard in Europe that he got arrested at the Black Sea, which we were nowhere near.
What the fuck?
We were nowhere near. He was on like a week-long like bender.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Hey, come here.
But you know what, though? I hear a lot of stories that are very common like that.
Yeah, I mean, in my unit alone, when we went to Europe, because it was an emergency like COVID extension of our deployment, like people were going real stir crazy. Hence why like my Polish was decent, and like I look kind of Polish, which is I learned later I do have Polish blood.
Okay, fair.
I look kind of Nordic, and shit, but so they fucking. So I would sneak out to go buy alcohol. And fun fact, alcohol is a universal word. But like there was on that 6 mile run, I had to shit my fucking brains out about 3.5 miles in. So we had like just turned around to go back, and we had 3 miles back. And like I was already dying anyway because I had been drinking the night prior. Hey,
Yeah.
come here,
Go on, baby.
get your bun,
Hi,
get your
Otis.
fucking bun. Lay down.
Hi, bub.
Keep your bun. But I had to shit horribly bad. So I shat, like I just broke off from the run, and we were just doing like an Indian run, and I just broke off from it, and ran off to the woods, and like kind of shit, but really I was just like, oh, thank God, I can just kind of lay here for a second on the cold ground in Poland. And then I was like, well, they're gonna be.
No.
I was like, well, they're gonna be. And like I did have like a really wet, like watery fart that I just cleaned up with my sock and threw away. But the main reason I threw my sock away, I was like, I have to make sure they believe it, because they're not gonna believe I just stepped off the trail and abandoned the run to shit. They're gonna be like, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
So I was like, the sock has to go. So I ran the remaining. I had to catch up too, so I had to run a little harder for like a mile. But I ran the remaining like 2 miles and some change. Hey, Samara.
God.
She's just being annoying. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You fucking asshole. Lay down. But I had the remaining 2 miles with one sock. And then I got back and everyone made fun of me. But I was like, jokes on you guys. I got a breather. And like this, and like, cause at a certain point, like I gave up on trying to, like on that deployment, like I gave up on trying to give a shit about everything in the military, because like it wasn't helping. Hey, you're gonna get it. Hey, you're gonna get put in timeout.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna pause it anyway.
You're okay.
So I can feed them.
Oh, what time are we up to?
We're about halfway.
Oh, okay. You know, the pegboard just, you know,
We're
he
back.
wanted to line every open space on the wall with it. I was like, nah, that's not
That's
necessary. I'm like,
It's also expensive. It's a shed. We had a dude. The oldest WAP. This dude came in like a full like black tracksuit, like velvet tracksuit in this weather.
okay.
He had like the darkest dyed hair, like black as night dyed hair, ancient Italian man, like white mustache with like touch of gray, black streaks in it. Ancient Italian man. Gave me attitude because he was asking for like plates to cover the back window of his new van he bought, like a work van.
Yeah.
And he showed me what he had, which was just like FRP panel covering like the windows to prevent the metal window panel from getting dented out.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker was like, why would I want to weld on my brand new truck? And I was like, you want to modify it so it has a metal plate to protect the outside metal plate from getting dented. He's like, yeah, but I'm going to open it up and look at it every day. It's going to be, you can paint it, motherfucker. We're not going to paint the metal for you. And even the old guy with me is like, yeah, he doesn't, why would you, we'll just screw it on there so he can take it off and paint it himself. And I was like, if we just welded a metal plate right there, he could just paint the whole thing black and be done with it.
Yeah.
I'm somehow the asshole for being like, just weld on your new work van. It's a work van, dickhead. It's a work van.
People just need to.
Frame. It's a fucking work van.
Of course, I mean, and people want to act like that.
I'm trying to get a bull bar for the work truck, the Jimmy, and like the mounts for it. Like, yeah, I could just like bolt them to the frame. I'm just gonna weld them bitches to the frame.
I don't blame you.
Why would I'm gonna weld them out together when the frame, the bull bar, when I buy that bitch, I'm not gonna just bolt it together.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck wouldn't I just weld it? Why the fuck, if it's a work vehicle, why the fuck do I give a fuck what the paint looks like? Have you seen the patch job I did on the driver's side rear quarter panel on the fender?
I have.
Where it's just a metal plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, because all I needed was a metal plate there. You know what that metal plate is great for?
What?
When I have a shopping cart and I just push that bitch into that metal plate that doesn't get fucked up. And then I load the back of my car up.
It's ingenuity.
It works.
Yeah. Hi, baby.
Yeah, hi, Sammy. Yeah, you're too excited.
Yeah. She is a handful, but I love her.
Yeah, I mean, she can be a handful, but I mean, she's also just excited because there's company.
Oh, of course.
When my family was here, back around Christmas time, she fucking was losing her mind.
Oh,
One of my sisters was also just egging her on the whole time, which is pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
Come on, here, lay down.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to introduce her and Pepper together at some point. And
Yeah, I'm down. I love it.
I mean,
She's a good dog. She'll calm down a lot, but she's a good dog.
well, Pepper done well with Cleo. And, but Cleo had the tendency to take, her paws were so fucking huge. She'd just take it, put them on his head like that, and, like, push him down. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like,
well, that's kind of how Samara tackles Nimbus, because she knows to be gentle with him for the most part, because he's little. So she'll chill out and when playing with him, but sometimes she gets too excited and she'll, like, kind of stomp on him.
kind of what I have to get on Pepper about when it comes to Bash.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the same thing, even though they're about the same size.
Yeah, but Pepper can, and Samara's learned, like, they can actually get hurt by the little ones.
Yeah.
Otis has fucking hooked her in the face good. Yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah.
I told you about Nimbus just climbing up using my raw skin. That was pretty fun.
Bash done that to me a couple times.
Come here.
And, like, luckily I have to stay up on his nails. Because if not, they're just razors, man. I mean, they are straight razors if that's the case.
Yeah, that's how Nimbus is. Otis is kind of the same too, but we also, I mean, we have so much stuff to scratch on and they still, like, get sharp-ass claws.
Mm-hmm.
Snickers is old as hell, and she gets talons.
What are we going to make a habit on her? So, what, we going to stick with Tuesdays for this? Or?
Yeah, I'm fine with Tuesdays. Like, after you leave, I'll probably do a little bit of editing on this. I don't have the intro saved on this computer anymore, I don't think. It might be in the cloud, but God knows.
Gotcha.
If I don't, I'm just going to screen cap the intro from a previous episode, which I think I've done once before. So eventually, if I keep forgetting to save this, I'll have a really deep-fried intro that'll be really stupid.
I would laugh my ass off if they hit with a copyright on that.
The Linkin Park song?
The fact that you recorded, like, the intro
footage.
And then used it. And I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, I believe it. It'd be very funny if I get hit with a copyright on my own bullshit.
Actually, now that I mention it, it happened to me one time on my my gaming channel that I used to run for gaming news and stuff. Like, I had somebody actually make me an intro for it, and it was of an H&K USP 45, and the bullet kind of like rolls towards it.
Yeah.
And then like, they did a whole custom intro for me and everything. It's super dope. If I can pull it up, and then I'll show it to you. But I had lost the file for it, and I couldn't get a hold of them. And I had to do exactly that. I had to record it and overlay it and everything. And lo and behold, I got hit with a copyright. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Pretty funny.
But, yeah, I mean...
If I'm lucky, I still have, like, an old video file I can just copy from, but I'll have to check. It's been so long since I've opened up the editor on this computer.
So, I think what I'm going to do is, when it comes to the streaming on the gaming, I think I'm going to start it up here in a couple weeks and be consistent with it because of the release of the new video game coming out in a couple weeks.
Which one?
Resident Evil 9.
Oh, yeah, you're a huge nerd for those, so that'd be a good one for you to do.
Yep, well, there's 4 main games series that I'm super nerd over, and that is Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect, and fucking Assassin's Creed. And
yeah, I think I'm gonna do another playthrough of all the Mass Effects and just stream it, because I've only done one playthrough of all of them.
Well, I'm currently working on all the Assassin's Creed games, like right now I'm going through Brotherhood, but I have Mirage that I kind of bounce back towards like every day or two.
Yeah.
And then I've got, let's see, I was playing a lot of Valhalla there for a little bit. I might reinstall that so I could play it because I was making really good progress. I got like Norton's Arc, like the legendary bow.
Yeah.
And the Isu bow, and then I got Excalibur, and I got Blazing Sword, which is like the Sword of Eden from Unity.
Yeah.
So I would love to be able to go back and play Unity on co-op. I would love to. And if I had a PC, I would totally do that because I know there's custom servers set up for it. But somebody told me that you can still play on PlayStation on servers.
I believe it, but I wouldn't know personally. I hear weird stories all the time of like obscure like Xbox server like game servers being active where it's just like a game that like maybe 50 people play.
Oh yeah, well
you have a dog treat on your shirt. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. But the like a very good example of that is SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole dedicated like Discord for SOCOM 2, Combined Assault, and Confrontation are the 3-man games that they do for custom servers. And you're talking a couple hundred people that play a day, and like I wouldn't say no more than 200, but it's still a really dedicated fan base, and I love going back to play SOCOM every now and then.
I mean,
it's fantastic.
if you listen, I listen to a shit ton of podcasts just to get through the day at work. But like, if you listen to enough podcasts, you hear people talk about like SOCOM occasionally in video games, and the people that really know SOCOM are all so passionate about it.
Oh, it is. It was like, man, as of today, I don't know of any multiplayer like game that could compare to what that used to be, because that's what opened me up to like online gaming.
Yeah.
And at the time it was amazing. You know, you could plug a USB mic in there and go and talk to your friends and play on there, and the matches were so intense because it was like, you know, you had one life per round, and you know, it was elimination, and it was amazing. And I miss it because it actually took a lot of skill to play it. And now, I will say, there's been talks of a new one coming out.
Tomorrow.
And honestly, it's a cash grab for Sony. They would be fucking retarded to not do it. And because so many people have requested it, they put a poll out last year, and it said, out of all these games, what would you like to have a remaster of? And the one that won that poll was SOCOM. And it was specifically SOCOM 2. And people have been asking for years and years and years and years. And they ain't done it because they went the Call of Duty route with SOCOM 4, and it destroyed the franchise. Because, I mean, you couldn't even equip a pistol in that game.
Yeah, for me, the first online game I actually played like against other people that like early was Mech Warrior game.
Wait, which one?
It was a computer one. I know that because I had a flight stick because it was my stepdad's.
It wasn't Armored Core, was it?
I believe it was.
Armored Core was awesome.
Which is like 5-on-5 Mech Warrior multiplayer.
Yeah, it sounds like Armored Core.
Yeah.
And
but I was a Wii. But the first game I got like really good at was Halo. Just Halo 3.
Yeah, you can't
multiplayer.
Actually,
and then Halo Reach.
When I listed off the 4 main franchises, if I'm gonna say top 5, it's Halo, Resident Evil, Metal Gear, Assassin's Creed, and Mass Effect. Yeah. Those are the 5.
Yeah, I can play through Metal Gear 5 a million times. It's such it's such a long game.
I go back to it about once every year. And
just play it randomly. Like I'll randomly start a new game, or
people still play online.
Oh, I'm aware. I never really got into the online aspect of it. I mean, yeah, I get it. I just like the story, and the game is so beautiful.
Agreed.
And like the mechanics are so fun. And like upgrading the base feels like satisfying because it's fucking hard.
Agreed. And well, that's what I liked about
Come here. Hey.
the good thing about the Assassin's Creed games is the fact of how you can renovate, and it has like its own economy, like revenue, like opening shops and redoing stuff. Now, I was watching gameplay. I don't know how deep it goes in Assassin's Creed Shadows because I've yet to play that. But it looked like you could build like your own town and do all that. Now I know they dabbled a little bit in that in Valhalla.
Yeah,
and
that's probably
Ravensthorpe. But
that's probably my favorite part of Valhalla is upgrading Ravensthorpe because you can make it look really cool. My only gripes are it's like it has customizations, but like the customizations are pretty like town limited or level limited. So you can have like a bunch of stuff unlocked, but you can't actually make the town look good until it's like level 3.
Yeah, and I was getting kind of sucked into the whole like community building in Valhalla because it took me a while. I bought Valhalla when it came out.
No.
I played it for like maybe an hour or two. Didn't touch it for like 4 years.
Yeah, and that first hour or two is just a tutorial.
Yeah, and
which is fun. I mean, the beginning of that game in like the Nordic area is really fun.
I just didn't like the RPG aspect.
Yeah, it's
in
pretty
an Assassin's Creed game. I love ancient Egyptian mythology and history. It is like one of my favorite things that I grew up on as a kid and everything. And even to this day, I still haven't beat Origins, even though it is an incredible game.
Yeah.
But the direction that they took that in, it turned me off to it. But then when I looked into it more and more, I put more time into Valhalla, and the fact that I was able to go back and do like the Norse mythology and what is it? How they incorporate all like the Norse mythology, the gods and the Yggdrasil and all of that. It started to take my attention, and I really learned to
the mythology
appreciate it.
of it makes the game a little more worth it. But like I said, like it's the RPG is just not fun for me. So I always I can play probably maybe 10 hours of that game at a time, and then I'm like, all right, this isn't Assassin's Creed, and now I'm just a Viking simulator until I unlock a certain aspect of the game that I have to be a certain level of.
Well, now that they've added enough modifiers and settings in the game to where that you can play it like a traditional Assassin's Creed game, it makes it more bearable. And like how I can actually go and use my hidden blade to assassinate people, and I can tackle stealth on a mission. They made it more bearable, and so that's why I was able to play it. Now, I don't know if they made those changes in Origins. I would like to think that they did, because I really would like to go back and actually finish it out and play it. Plus, the DLCs that they have for these games make them so much better, and it opens them up and broadens the horizon. Like, I would like to get the Ragnarok DLC for Valhalla. I heard good things about it. And the same thing with the DLC for Origins. Now, Odyssey, I have in my library, and I have all the Fate of Atlantis DLC, and now that I've looked a little more into it and know what it is going to consist of, I think I might take the time after I'm done with Valhalla and actually do it. But I think it'd be worth doing. Now, they did announce there's 3 Assassin's Creed projects that they are going to do. First one is obviously codename Hex, which is medieval time during the witch hunt eras. They're doing the other one, Nebula, that I told you about, and then they're doing another one. It is strictly a multiplayer Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the code name is for it, but they were going to incorporate it into the Animus Hub, which was Infinity, codename Infinity. But hopefully we'll do pretty good this year. Now, the only thing that worries me about like the good titles like that, like the big names being released, I have a feeling that they are going to delay any game like that strictly for the fact of GTA 6 coming out in November.
Yeah, if it does at this point, honestly.
Well, I guess Rockstar come out the other day and said that they weren't going to do any more delays, that it was guaranteed it was going to come out in November. It is from what I've seen. That could be very...
They just cancel.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong.
Like
that information could be false.
We actually made it a Battle Royale game.
Look, man, we had this discussion when I was living here. If they take as much effort as what they did in Red Dead Redemption 2 and put it into GTA 6 with the amount of detail and everything that you can do in that game, it's going to be a phenomenal game.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. My concern is that if the CEO, who's a microtransaction nerd, who was probably on the Epstein list, if he gets his way, he's going to make it a monthly transaction just to play the game.
Yeah.
You need to calm down.
Them and the one you're speaking about for Rockstar, and then the other company, which is kind of ironic, is Ubisoft, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, the president of their company doesn't believe that you own any of the games, even if you buy them.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo is the same way. They think that I don't own that Switch, even though I bought it.
And Nintendo just did something recently too, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but something with their lawsuits and everything. But I can tell you now, like Resident Evil 9 coming out on the Switch 2, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked at that.
Kara has the Switch too. I mean, I'm sure
really?
It's capable. But yeah.
Oh. Well, they've released all of the Resident Evil. Like, I think you've got the Resident Evil remake originally came out on GameCube. Yeah. So, which to this day, still probably one of the best games ever made. And they released like a whole collector's pack where you can get Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, and Resident Evil 4 remake, plus the classics all on Switch 2 now to kind of like commemorate Resident Evil 9 coming out in a couple weeks. Yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully, I'd like to get my hands on that. So,
hopefully you will. I think we're gonna wrap it up. One, she's being a fucking menace, and two, you got to go take care of Grandpa. Good. So, thank you for tuning in to the podcast. We'll be back next week. Ideally, if you don't believe me, check anyway. Fuck you.
We're gonna try.
Bye.
Machine